This year, 2008, is very intriguing so far. I've thought to myself, rookie running backs have dominated so far. Like, I mean, did you foresee that happening with?
Well, with Chris Johnson, certainly. Matt Forte, not so much. And it's hard to imagine a player coming out of Tulane and having that impact in the NFC North like that. But Chris Johnson, because of the speed, I knew he would be dominant. Darren McFadden is showing, some flashes, some flashes of it.
And Jonathan Stewart too.
And Jonathan Stewart, is another good one. So, but Rashad Mendenhall got hurt. So, I think it'll always favor the younger, faster, stronger player, the league.
And it's fun.
Except at that one position of quarterback, which is very difficult to master.
Yeah, but
that's part of the mythology of it.
And it's funny, Matt Ryan is rookie. Doing pretty well, leading Atlanta to some victories, which is interesting. He'll
be in Philly this week. I'll be covering that game.
Oh wow! Do you
when does this air?
Oh, this airs tomorrow.
Oh, right. I'll watch it tomorrow because you're watching it today.
Today, right? Someone that deserves to get his due, Jeff Fisher. What he has done with that, he's been coaching tennis. I think this is his 14th season, right?
It's like 15th season.
15th, like.
Yeah, it's his 15th season, and
he's done with
their opponents are 12 and 26.
Yeah, but it's still he couldn't help that the AFC South is weaker than because it was Houston was supposed to be better, Jacksonville was supposed to be a playoff contender, and of course the Colts are Super Bowl contenders, supposed to be.
Yeah, so. It's going to be hard to knock them off. Got good defense and can run the football, and they got a quarterback who they trust. But not to make mistakes.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Vince Young.
Not coming back this year as a starter.
You don't think so?
Not happening.
But it's funny, he won games. He has such an instinct for winning games.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kerry Collins is, 5-0?
That's true. You gotta go. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
It ain't broke. That's 6-0 now. 6-0. Yeah, they won.
6-0.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Right. Well, I think he is.
Well, he's 5-0. Right.
Yeah, right.
One more question for you. Like the most intriguing and memorable piece that you covered on ESPN?
I've covered a lot of different trials. I covered the Ray Lewis case, the Marv Albert case, the Ray Carruth case, the Major League Baseball umpires case against Major League Baseball. Those were all very interesting. I covered the Super Bowl, Patriots Super Bowl runs. I was able to cover, obviously, the T.O. demise in Philly.
Yeah.
I've covered a lot of different intriguing stories. I think the most fascinating thing I was ever part of was the Super Bowl in New Orleans after 9/11. Because emotions really bubbled to the surface there. They were still raw.
Yeah. And
they bubbled to the surface. And, just the togetherness in the Superdome that day. Paul McCartney did the pregame, and U2 did the halftime. And, people were really thinking about the 9/11 disaster. And then when U2 played, they had the list of all the names of those who had died in the World Trade Center and the Pentagon and in Flight 93, scrolling up on with giant lights, so that it was kind of like running over the people, cascading over the people in the stands. So the names of the dead were, cascading over the people who are still alive. Wow. So that was an intense moment. And I was able to get a picture with Paul McCartney, who is one of my favorite musicians of all time, which was kind of cool for me emotionally, personally. Wow. So that was, to me, a really emotionally poignant moment. Because I grew up here in New York, and, I had a lot of friends who died at Cantor Fitzgerald.
Wow.
And, my brother's a cop out on Long Island, so, he has a lot of friends who are cops in New York City who died. And so, it was a poignant, emotional moment for me, that Super Bowl.
Wow. And growing up in Queens myself, we both grew up in Queens, actually. Yeah. And I had a good friend by the name of Chris Santoro that I went to junior high school with. He was a fireman that perished, actually, in 9/11. So it definitely hit us all, definitely.
Yeah, it did. But that was the most emotional moment of my career at ESPN.
Wow. And the irony, more irony, the Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Another way where football and America connect.
Connected, exactly. And on that note, I just want to say, Sal, such a pleasure and honor to have you on the show.
It was my pleasure. I enjoyed it.
And once again,
glad you liked the book.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Once again, How Football Explains America is in stores right now, and
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com as well.
Yeah,
Amazon.com.
Top 10 sports books on Amazon.com now for 12 straight weeks.
Oh, wonderful! Well, much deserved. Much deserved.
Yeah, I think people are into it.